posted your server link and your channel in our
different air shows and expanding our alliances with other people. That's pretty much how we pretty much grew to where we are today.
You have any tips for other groups out there?
I would say make sure that you're original. Make sure that you're not trying to like copy off of somebody else. Make sure that you're original. Make sure that you have your own plan set forward, and you'll pretty much grow by yourself, pretty much.
Awesome. What games do you like to play other than PTFS?
Well, most of the games that I play are out of Roblox, so I like to play Microsoft Flight Sim most of the time because I
A
love
great
flying.
game.
That's one of my things. Yeah, of course.
What do you do in Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Well, Microsoft Flight Sim, most of the time I do realistic flying. I don't like to play around. I like to make sure that I'm doing that stuff, especially me as a student pilot, trying to use that as training as well.
They say you're a student pilot. How's that been going?
Student piloting is actually pretty fun, actually. Anybody, like all the people in the PTFS community, I know most of you guys are looking forward to an aviation career, and just stepping forward and going straight into piloting, even if you're scared, is probably the best decision that you'll ever make.
Yes.
Do you
So
ever?
our oh, sorry.
Oh, you can carry on.
Okay, so our Red Arrows group, we have trainings every weekend, and right now, we're training for some upcoming air shows that we have in a couple weeks. One will be for one of our allies, KLM, and some others maybe an autumn tattoo, which we are really looking forward to.
Sound really fun. The Autumn Tattoo is run by Keep, the producer of this news station. Uh, it's very convenient.
Yeah. So pretty much I would like to introduce my guys over here. So
All right.
obviously the guy right next to me over to my right is squadron leader Lurk. He's our red 6, so he's JIPO lead. So me and him are working closely together to coordinate pretty much all displays that you guys have seen during our air shows. And obviously that's a very important role, and it's been passed down to many people that are willing to be in a leading position and helping me out as well. Because I'm not the only person doing all the work. It's me and him coordinating everything, and it's also the whole team working together to make sure that everything looks good and is well, and it's pretty much perfected, because we're looking for perfection. We're not trying to just go ahead and just like skip through like a whole display without perfection. We need to make sure that everybody's enjoying it, and then making sure that we also look at it in the air together. So yeah, that's what he does. Guy all the way to the right is our officer commanding. Um, that's Shadow. Pretty much, he's the supervisor of pretty much everyone. All right. If Moto was here, that's our XL. He would have been pretty much a supervisor as well. And also, same with our Red 10 narrator. Y'all have heard his voice. Phantom. Phantom has been putting in that work, even though he's been pretty busy with IRL stuff. So yeah, that's the voice of the team. Just to go back to Shadowcraft has been with the team pretty much since day one. He flew with the team like a long time ago, and he was also our narrator, and he just worked his way up to ranks until he was pretty much our commanding officer. So he's dealing with server related issues, out of server related issues. He's also helping us coordinate with air shows and planning pretty much our display and our season. So yeah, he's been helping us a lot. Both of these two individuals have been helping me out a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I know, like PTFS physics have changed a lot. Have you guys ever like thought of switching virtual or to like a different game?
All right, so yes, that has came to mind plenty of times, especially when they released that new. I forgot what it was called. It was a different flight system to where like the throttle was different, and that's what happened to. I'm not sure who was leading it at the team, but you know, um, who was it? It was Treelon's Blue Angels team. They're pretty much the biggest Blue Angels on PTFS. So they were at their prime, and when that update came around, that pretty much messed it up for all the formation teams. But they also counter helped us out with another update that I also helped out with formation teams would pretty much help, but it was pretty much too late for them. And we tried to compensate with at trainings, but it wasn't looking too well. And that was probably the time where we were the closest to leaving PTFS.
Yeah. How long do you think you're planning on keeping leading your red arrows?
Uh, I'm gonna keep lead. You see, this is the thing. I'm gonna keep leading it until I am not able to do so. Say like when I go to college, most of the time, most likely I'm just gonna, scratch the idea because I gotta worry about real life things.
Yeah.
But most likely, and I'm not saying this is certain, but we're most likely gonna be a virtual team before I even get to college, to my college days. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing, and that's what we have planned for the future.
Can I ask how long have you been doing the Red Arrows?
I've been doing the Red Arrows for approximately 2.5 years, so we've been going pretty strong. Um, like I said, it all started with just me and my friend from school just flying around, and then more people joined in, and we were like, "Oh, this is cool." And then when all the new game passes came out, I was like, "Oh, that's very cool." And many people try to say, "Oh, you're not British and you're owning a British team," but I was like, at the time there was a lot of Blue Angel teams, and like I said, you want to be original. You don't want to just copy off of somebody else. And I saw that there wasn't really too many Red Arrows teams, so I was like, "All right." So I'm just gonna go for it, and then this is what happened, which is pretty amazing.
Nice. Have you ever considered joining the military?
Me, yes, I'm actually looking forward to joining the Air Force. So Air Force is one of my top branches. Um, so yeah, especially due to like the Air Force Academy, it has a lot of cool benefits, especially if you're trying to be a pilot, if you need a pilot spot. So yeah, Air Force is one of my top going right now.
Air Force is really cool.
Of course it
Yep.
is.
Can you tell us a bit about what it takes to lead such an amazing team?
I would say leading a team in general, you just need to have patience. Because when we started from the very beginning, things were going our way, especially since we had to, get used to the displays. Because my team goes based off of realistic displays, just like the real life Red Arrows. So we have to make sure that we're training to make sure that it's perfected and it looks exactly like the IRL maneuver. So just make sure that you have patience, because if you don't have patience, then you know your team's not going to last long. And make sure that you have, you know your make sure that you're good towards others, especially your mods, your trusted mods. Because if you act in a certain way where they think that you're just like power hungry and like you own the team and you don't care about anybody else, then that's going to infuriate others. And you know if you're trying to work as a team, teamwork is not going to come together if somebody's mad at the other person. So yeah, make sure that you're patient.
I'd also say that teamwork comes with a lot of respect towards our pilots and those who are flying, and also everyone who works behind the scenes, like our media team, our reserves that come in and fill for us, and those trainees are working up to become a position on our team. So I think it's really cooperation with one another. So
Yeah.
Following up on Moss's explanation on patience, I had to wait about 1 or 2 months to finally get used to leading basically like an entire half of the team. And I can tell how Moss struggles with that because you need a lot of patience, like he said, to actually get used to what you're doing. And once you get it down, then it'll all be worth it.
Great answers. Do y'all have any favorite teams in the PTC community other than your Red Arrows?
uh I would say I honestly don't know. I don't Me personally, I don't really, look into other teams, but one of the teams on my list is maybe, I don't really know actually. It really would depend, because like I said, we had some fun competitors back in the day, like Fish. Say Fish. Fish was one of my favorite guys. Even though he had ups and downs, he was probably one of the best leads that I've talked to, and also had an opportunity to compete against, which was actually pretty fun. So yeah, he's one of my top.
You own any servers that are less big than your Red Arrows that maybe people don't know of?
At the moment, no. But as of right now, we're most likely planning to host an air show. Pretty much, the Raiders are going to host it, so we're going to make sure that other people have a chance to, show their skills as well. And we're also thinking about making maybe an airline on PTFS. That's been an idea since I don't know when, and I think it's time to put that into place so we could have something else to do, especially during the summer since we're bored and I'm not working. So yeah, that's pretty much some
You sound
ideas.
like really cool ideas.
Yeah.
Can't wait until a new airliner or a new air show comes in. Run to buy some professional people. And finally, for the last question of this interview, did you like this interview?
Of course, yeah. Your
Oh, I
you
love
guys'
this interview.
studios are crazy. Yeah, yeah. Your studios are well made, and I like what you guys are doing because everybody in the PTFS community needs to be informed of what's going on around them, especially since they're a part of this big community. And also new updates as well. Everybody needs to be informed on that, and also upcoming teams just like us. So yeah, really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks for being with us. This has been PTC News, signing off.